I am Gatsby, J. Gatsby, although that in and of itself is a delusion. Born James Gatz, I was the son of poor farmers in rural North Dakota. Life made it very clear to me early on that it did not want to go my way. Fate made it plainly evident to me that I was in for a struggle. Quickly, I learned to exploit both to my benefit. Steadily, I managed to turn my 7-2 offset into a royal flush. But alas, fate wasn't going to give up so easily. So, it set me up on a date with Daisy Buchanan, my illusory dance partner in this twofold delusion. Striking and beautiful, rich and cunning. 4 adjectives the object of my obsession possessed. I never loved her. I was merely enamored with the idea of her. The concept of Daisy Buchanan, her unavailability, and the fact that it was doomed from the start, only made her more appealing and perfect in my eyes. She was the pinnacle of humanity. As a matter of fact, I'm glad I was shot by Mr. Wilson, because a life without Daisy was a life I was not willing to live in. It takes 2 to make a twofold illusion, a twin fantasy that never was. I lay here, surrounded by luxury, bleeding to death in a pool of my own blood, I wonder, could you be awoken, or were you forever stuck in a deep state of eternal mind numbness?
Which Danny do you remember seeing? I certainly am not him. A shattered, frozen soul with a knack for the cold, edging ever closer to stories once told. Days passed, and I am different. Still broken, drowning my senses. Fueling insensitive points of view. Harming the self others love. How could I be different? I was apprehended by the self once more, touring my intentions, scouring inventions. How could I be so insensitive? Towards me, the one who has seen so much, freezing myself with the very will of the soul, cold, untold, not whole, multifold, the story of my frozen soul. What do you do if it's all your fault? Do you sulk, bask, and brine in the juices of your own self-pity? Maybe you apologize 1,000 times to the one you love most. Perhaps you sit in solemn silence, protesting your own existence. Mayhaps you think, and think, and think, and think, until the fire cracks, and the tire is flat. And all that's left is your corpse, Margaret's mask, and the forgiveness you couldn't give yourself. What do you do at the end of the world? Do you cry for hours on end, leaving your final mark in tears well-deserved? Maybe you call all your friends to tell them, I'm so sorry for everything. Perhaps you silently grieve, savoring the sort of bliss that only you will ever know. Mayhaps you blink, and blink, and blink, and blink, until your retinas bleed a crimson red. And your iris turns a sour black. And you wistfully wish you could have it all back. What do you do if there is just nothing? Do you wallow in despair, longing desperately for what you never had? Maybe you say sorry to yourself, regretting every fiber of your very being. Perhaps you just calmly exist in the void of nothingness, embracing the empty. Mayhaps you sink, and sink, and sink, and sink, until you end up at Margaret's doorstep. You gently open the door to find that there is just nothing. No messy room, no unopened letters, no Polaroids on, a blank white wall. You didn't leave anything behind when you left. I am so sorry. Perched on a ledge, far removed from any sane concept, I stare at the horizon of the past. Memories gone by, perfect little snapshots in time. It is tragically heartbreaking that it all was forsaken because of me. Long before the dark of the now and the harrowing silence I dread on set, I was oblivious in subtle ecstasy, a state I wanted forever to last. But forever never could last in my world of crime. So I threw away our friendship as far as the eye could see. The guilt never leaves. 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 Each day I am haunted by the specters of my actions. The dreaded realization that, yes, I forsook everything I loved. All for nothing. The nothing in question far outlives our puny little lives. Inevitably, like ants marching on obsidian, we shall return to the void. I am hurt, but soon I'll return to the origin. 0, 0. One day, Margaret won't matter at all. That day I fear, dread, and detest. Yeah. But on that day, I won't be alive to put my soul to rest. I'll fall into oblivion, hand-catered by death itself, forget. So this whole predicament never happened. And this tragic end never saw the joy of creation. My sketchbook, full of fictional perfections, tore in my backpack. Careless aggression, inadvertently destroying a beloved keepsake. Of miserable times and going cold turkey. I love you too much. No thing I say here will ever reach you. Yeah, you miss me too. You never said that. But maybe you did. Hopefully you would. I'll wistfully never know. I will wistfully never know. Never know. Mourning a creature that isn't even gone. Breaking a cycle I sadistically enjoyed. Killing myself internally for something never controlled. Perhaps you did care about me. Clearly, it wasn't enough. So it goes, I suppose. Nothing I can do here but wait. Inflate my ogi, hatred and jealousy. Ogi is ego backwards, by the way. An early death I had. It is a cruel ocean that washes over the grave of the feelings I had for you. I thought they were gone. I thought it was going to be alright. But the waves say otherwise. I shall accept my descent into cliché with honor. Born by the blood of my creation, the Venus flytrap hungers for its next meal. And Margaret has never sounded more appetizing. Farewell, reader. I don't want to say goodbye to you, but an action I'm all too familiar with. Gets easier with time, I suppose. One. What do you have at the end of the universe? Cosmic wiring lay ravaged, Orion the void. Trillions of years from any significant memory. What did I ever have? What was it ever worth? And did you ever truly exist at all? 2.
If I hurt you, I'm afraid God's gonna teach me a lesson.
2. What do you see when you count to 3? Blink, blink, blink. Maybe she'll appear again from the past. Yet reality is often disappointing. What did you ever have? What was it ever worth? And did I ever truly exist at all?
Can you not be so obvious? So keep it light. So keep it light. No.
3. Where do you go when you realize there's nothing left? Floating here in the emptiness, perilous dream, I realize you didn't even say goodbye. What did we ever have? What was it ever worth? And did we ever truly exist at all?
Only smile for you. Smile for you.
4. What did you tell me on that Thursday in October? I won't leave you. Reality is often disappointing. Reality, I've truly reaped what I've sown. Wrecked what I sought. A better friendship with you. 5. I'll be fine. I'll float for eternity. Lost in fluorescent fractured fragments of times gone by. And spend eternity with a version of you that never existed.